On Saturday, a group of Bitcoiners decided they'd had enough. They split the network. Mined 2 blocks. And then, nothing. 8 hours later, the main chain had moved 48 blocks forward. Their chain. 2. This is the story of BIP-110, the soft fork that failed, and it might be the most important lesson in Bitcoin governance since the block size wars. Stick around, and you'll know exactly what happened, why it matters, and why this failure could be the best news Bitcoin has had all year. BIP-110. Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 110. Official name, the Reduced Data Temporary Softfork. A pseudonymous developer named Dat-Han wrote it, with technical advice credited to Luke Dasher, one of Ordinals' loudest critics. The plan, for about a year, capped the stuff people cram into Bitcoin transactions that isn't money. Not money. Pictures. Text. Token metadata. Inscriptions. In practice, most new outputs capped at 34 bytes. OP_return back to 83. Witness data at 256. Taproot annex is banned. OP_success disabled. Old coins got grandfathered, still spendable under the old rules. New data goes somewhere else. Nostr. IPFS. A file server. Anywhere but the blockchain. Why now? Because 2023 brought Ordinals, and suddenly Bitcoin was a place to store JPGs. BRC-20 tokens followed. Then runes. And when Bitcoin Core 30 loosened the default OP_return limits, supporters said, enough. The blockchain is for money. Nodes carry the storage cost forever. Miners get paid once. This is where it got loud. Supporters called inscriptions spam. They clog the network, push fees up, and force node operators to store junk forever. Opponents answered with something more fundamental: if you paid the fee, the space is yours. Deciding which transactions count as legitimate. That's censorship. And once you start, where does it stop? The big names picked sides fast. Michael Saylor, there are 110 things more dangerous to Bitcoin than spam. Jameson Lopp warned the proposal would chip away at censorship resistance and predictability, two of Bitcoin's defining properties. Adam Back's line was brutal: supporters were free to fork, he said. Bitcoin won't be joining it. And Samson Moe, who lived through the block size wars, said both sides fumbled the politics. Now the part that made this whole thing strange. Normal soft forks, SegWit, Taproot, needed 95% miner support to activate. BIP-110 picked a different number, 55%. Just 1,109 blocks out of 2016. The logic: the fork was temporary, and the problem was urgent. The reality: miners never came close. By late July, signaling sat around 2.6%. The big pools? Mostly silent. And the deadline didn't care. Block 961,632. August 8th. That's when BIP-110 nodes started rejecting every block that didn't signal support. The majority kept mining like nothing happened. Antpool produced the first non-signaling block, the main chain accepted it, BIP-110 nodes threw it out. A miner on Ocean built the alternative. 2 chains. 1 network. Then came the stall. 8 hours. Main chain, 48 blocks. BIP-110 chain, 2. That's not bad luck, that's math. The breakaway chain inherited Bitcoin's full mining difficulty with a sliver of the hash power. Blocks arrive hours apart. It can't ease difficulty until it mines 2016 blocks at that pace. The monitor's estimate, 350 days. The main chain, 14. There's even a trap for the curious. Both chains accept identical transactions. Sign a transaction on the fork chain, and a buyer can rebroadcast it on the main chain, collecting real Bitcoin from the same seller. A replay attack, baked into the split. The fork coin isn't just slow. It's dangerous to touch. So who won? Nobody. And everybody. BIP-110 didn't activate. The minority chain is effectively abandoned. But the supporters didn't lose a war, they ran a demonstration. Bitcoin has no CEO. No committee. No button. A BIP is a proposal. Software is an implementation. Adoption comes from miners, node operators, developers, businesses, exchanges, and finally, the people holding the coins. All of them have to converge. That's not a bug. That's the design. The block size wars ended the same way. The small block camp didn't coerce anyone. They just won the argument. Bitcoin Cash forked off in 2017. Bitcoin kept going. This time, the fork didn't even last a day. Here's the takeaway. Your Bitcoin didn't split. Your rules didn't change. A group of people with strong opinions and working code tried to move the network, and the network said no. If changing Bitcoin's rules were easy, Bitcoin wouldn't be Bitcoin. It would be something else. Something weaker. If this breakdown helped you understand what's actually happening in Bitcoin, subscribe. I make videos like this every week. And drop a comment, should Bitcoin ban inscriptions, or is that the line you never cross? I read every single one.